Hello, everyone. I'm back to do my next review. So, took a couple of days off from streaming. I've been just just relaxing. Um, Thanksgiving is tomorrow. I've been catching up on some anime, My Hero Academia, and it's been kind of nice. But I figured I wanted to kind of keep up with this content creation thing. So today we will be going over the Tiergrade laptop docking station. It's a USB-C dock. Here it is. The model number is TG-DC003. So here you have it's here. You got some ports in the front, some ports in the back. So it comes with this unit, and it comes with the power adapter and the USB-C cable. So you kind of have everything you need. Uh, it's supposedly, not supposedly, it is a 16 in 1, and um, it's on Amazon right now for $109.99. I used it for about 4.5 months, um, so I feel like I have some pretty good experience with it. So, why did I buy this thing? Um, I wanted to have everything on my desk hooked up to this thing so that I can kind of have a one cable setup for my laptop. I only wanted to plug in one thing on my laptop. Um, I have I have two laptops. I have a MacBook Pro 15-inch 2019 model and a MacBook Pro 16-inch, also the 2019 model. And so I know they both come with four USB-C ports, but pretty much during the workday, I'm using a 16-inch, and as soon as that's done, I switch over to my 15-inch, and I don't want to. I just want to have minimal transition time or whatever. I'm lazy. I just want to plug in one cable. So that's why I got it. The price was pretty good, and I don't think I need to read out. I'm not going to read out all the features, all the ports that it has. But at a high level, it does 4K HDMI, 4K DP, VGA, Ethernet. You got some USB 3s and some one USB-C, some USB 2s, a SD port, and the larger TF port. Audio in, mic in, and of course the power. I used, I believe I used, if I'm looking at the list right now, I never used the VGA port, um, and I never used the TF port. I also didn't use the mic in port. So I used pretty much most of the other um, inputs. So, um, what else? Is there anything else I wanted to mention about that? Yes, actually, I should. Before I go into kind of the pros and cons, I do want to quickly mention like my specific setup that I have it hooked up to, um, which you'll see why I want to mention it later. So I have I guess just to kind of name the different devices I have that I had hooked into this. Just in front of me, I have my speakers going in, a 27-inch monitor that does HDMI, DVI, and VGA, and a second monitor, the one that's right in front of me, that does it does DisplayPort and HDMI, and I got my mouse and my keyboard. That's two USBs. I got a cable for like my phone and other stuff. I have a case fan hooked up to it. This external mic, Ethernet in, and that's all I can see right now. So, all right, pros. So this is a USB-C dock, and I want to emphasize that it's a USB-C dock. It's not a Thunderbolt dock. And I think for most Windows machines, it's gonna work great. For between my MacBook Pros, this worked great for the 15-inch. I had no issues with it at all. Both this and actually, let me also clarify further. So I have the laptop open to my right and both external monitors on. I don't use the laptop in clamshell mode. I always have it up. Um, I like having the three screens up, and that's gonna come into play later. So um, it works great with the 15-inch, but with the 16-inch, this is where my con goes in. I had so much trouble getting this dock to get to power both external displays. Not power, send a signal to both external displays. I have both external displays running off their own AC adapters. The issue was I was never able to get it working on the monitor that only had HDMI, VGA, and DVI. With my DisplayPort monitor, I had no issues at all. So um, I tried a variety of things to get it working on the problem monitor, I guess I'll call it, which had no issues with on the 15-inch. But as soon as I switched to the 16-inch, which I'm trying to use during work hours, it just would not work. Through the dock, it would not work. So first, obviously, I tried unplugging and replugging in both items, the dock and the monitor, just complete power off and power on. I tried restarting the monitor. I tried restarting the dock. I tried resetting the NVRAM on my MacBook. No luck. I got a HDMI to DisplayPort adapter so I can stick it into the dock. No luck. And I know that port works because it works with my other monitor. I also tried getting a HDMI to USB-C adapter for this thing to see if it will work. And so I had the USB-C adapter directly into the dock with no luck. And then I also tried getting a USB-C hub, which had a HDMI port on it, which was hooked up to the monitor, and that didn't work. And finally, I had USB-C directly into the dock. The only way I was able to get two external monitors up on my MacBook Pro 16-inch 2019 model with the dock is I actually had to plug in the monitor directly into the laptop, which was great because I was able to get it to work, but it defeated the purpose of me wanting to have like a one cable setup. The other problem is I noticed the computer, the laptop, kind of above where the touch bar is, right at the hinge. It was getting pretty hot. It was it was hot to the touch. So I put up some temperature monitoring software on it, and it was actually idling at 150. And to give you a rough idea of what I had up, I'm a software engineer by trade, and so I don't do any kind of like graphics related things. I would have like maybe two or three browsers up with maybe like two or three tabs open on it. I'd be running like some chat app. I would have VS Code up, Spotify. That would be it. So we're talking idling at 150, and then it would go up to 170 as pretty much as soon as anything was using the webcam. So if I had Zoom or like Messenger Rooms or like Blue Jeans or anything, it would easily go up to 170, and I saw it hit 178 like once. So that kind of scared me. I actually use a Facebook portal for some of my work calls, but that thing really sucks for screen share. So sometimes I need to just use like teleconferencing software on the computer. So um, that was not ideal. And what I did is I'm sure some of you know about the trick where you On your MacBook Pros, you you basically don't try to have the power and the display on the same side, like the USB-Cs. Um, if you have the power coming in on the left side, it'll bump up your max temperatures. So I definitely had the power in coming on the right side through the dock. The dock was powering the laptop, and then I had the display on the left side, and those were the temperatures I was seeing. If I had them both on the right side, idles were closer to 160, and I didn't want to, and it, probably like cap would be closer to like 180. Uh, I was able to get that working for a while, but there was a heat issue, like I mentioned. So what I did is first I elevated the laptop. Um, there was an airflow issue. That did not much. I actually have I put a case fan on it, not a case fan on. I have a case fan blowing on it, kind of right at the hinge where the heat was building up, and that helped a little bit. It dropped temperatures maybe 2 to 3 degrees, and then I actually saw an article about how Japanese people would do laptop cooling, passive laptop cooling with I forget what denomination the coin was, but it was made of copper. And copper is, I believe, of the most commonly found metals, it's the second best at a kind of heat transfer. So I actually have a basically have a heat sink right where the hinge is, and that that kind of helped at first, right? But over it's passive cooling, right? So over time, it's still idles and cap idle is still idled at 150 and capped at 170 ultimately at the end. Um, that is the one major problem that I have with this Tiergrade laptop dock. Um, I'll be doing another review about another dock that I got to kind of sort this problem out, and it did help. But if you are stuck with if you got a Tiergrade TG-DC003 and you are having the same issue that I have, that I've run into, and you're you you're not willing to get another dock for whatever reason, if there's anything that you tried that like first if you're able to get it on like a one cable setup, or if you're able to figure out the heat thing, please like leave it in the comments or let me know. I'm pretty sure it would help like a bunch of other people. I'm also gonna quickly mention here that the 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 monitor that I had an issue on, it's a planar PX 2710MW, and the main monitor that I have in front of me, it's a this was one of those Korean kind of no-name brands that were pretty hot. It's a Quantum Dot. It's a QX 2710 LED. So the problem monitor is the planar PX 2710 MW. So that is the one major issue I have with this USB-C dock. I ended up upgrading to a Thunderbolt dock. The Thunderbolt plug and the USB-C plug is exactly the same, and I thought that the Thunderbolt thing was like some kind of marketing gimmick. Um, it's not. If you have Thunderbolt enabled devices and you use them with other Thunderbolt enabled devices, at a high level, you can pass through. There's more bandwidth basically. Um, so uh, last kind of final words. Do I recommend this thing? If you are using a Windows computer, I think this will probably work beautifully for you. And if you're using it on a MacBook Pro 15-inch 2019 model um, with Catalina, it's gonna work beautifully. I didn't get a chance, and I probably am not gonna switch back to. Eventually, I'll upgrade to Big Sur, and I'm not sure if I'll want to go to the trouble of setting this up again to see if it works, to see if it's maybe a Catalina specific issue. That I don't know, but MacBook Pro 16-inch on Catalina, I do not recommend with this. And I think that's it. Later. And thanks for